The topic of the day, great date games that can also be enjoyed by children in this Fab 5 episode of Little Big Thumbs. Board games are a great way to learn more about somebody, whether it's a first or a second date, or whether you've invested years in building a string of special memories together. But what if there are little gamers in your life? Well, today's list is all about finding those games that are great for dates and great for kids. And all of the games on the list today I have played with at least one of my children, who at the time of this recording are ages 4 and 6. Also, I've played all of these games with my partner, and while they normally win all of the games we play together, they're not super keen on keeping track of a whole bunch of rules. So, if your situation is anything like my situation, you might be interested in learning about these 5 games that are great for dates, but also great to play with younger children. Let's go. Grubby Pies and Grabby Paws are what we find in Buried Treasure from Restoration Games. This is a simple card game with just a little bit of a bite to it. Turns of Buried Treasure have a single step, taking a card from one of the rows on the table to form your own special collection of flavors. These quick turns and a lack of hidden information make it a fantastic game to play with kids. But what also makes it a great game to take out on a date? Well, it's a game about pie. Take it to a diner, order yourselves a slice, and play this darn game. The story writes itself. Beyond that, this is a game that will only take 20 or 30 minutes to play and offers plenty of opportunities to interact with each other, as those grabby paws are always looking to steal some cards. The cards themselves can easily fit into a little plastic bag for hiding in a backpack or coat pocket, and while the tokens of Buried Treasure are super cute, they could easily be replaced with pen and paper, or maybe even a napkin if you're hanging out at a restaurant. Buried Treasure, a tasty snack of a game for both kids and adults. Now, if you followed Little Big Thumbs for any length of time, you will not be surprised to see a dexterity game pop up on this list. Animal Upon Animal looks on the surface to be a game that is strictly for children, but with 2 players it offers a significant challenge. Haba's signature stacking game includes pieces for 4 players, but when playing with 2, you have the option of assigning 2 sets of animals to each person. The only way to win this game is to get rid of all of your animal pieces, either by stacking them on that poor alligator's back, or by making sure they wind up in front of the other players. The colorful creatures of Animal Upon Animal bring with them a pure sense of play, and when those animals inevitably tumble down to the table, there is going to be guaranteed laughter and smiles, even if that all happens on your own turn. Now, we just shared one game that is extremely portable and another one that has some super cute animal pieces, and this next game has both. And that game is Hey, That's My Fish! The current edition of this game comes in one of the smallest game boxes around and includes these amazing miniature penguin pieces. Beneath that cuteness, though, is a highly tactical game that offers some sneaky moments that could be received as a little bit nasty. And for that reason, this might not be the perfect game to take out on a first date, but I still say it's a tremendous game to take out on the town nonetheless. Turns in Hey, That's My Fish involve choosing one of your penguins and moving it in a straight line along a shared ice floe. The ice hex that your penguin just departed from is collected for fish points, and the ice patch you land on will be the next hex you collect. For kids, the turns are easy to grasp, even if the consequences of those turns aren't immediately apparent. It's definitely a game that can grow with younger children as they discover new layers of strategy to this game as it lives in your lives for the months and possibly even years to come. Hey, That's My Fish. Definitely one to check out for kids and adults. Cooperative games generally make great date games, but also finding a co-op game that is equally great for kids is a trickier needle to thread. Quirky Circuits from Plaid Hat Games offers a wonderful programming puzzle in which players are using cards to direct our adorable robot buddies. The trick here is that players are not allowed to talk about the cards in their hand, and those cards must all be played face down before the instructions are carried out. Once we see the order cards, things don't always go the way we had hoped, so plotting them out involves reading a bit of body language to be more successful. Silently working together on a collaborative task and then sharing in that excitement, whether it succeeds or fails, can make for a real bonding experience. The rulebook of Quirky Circuits includes instructions for a training mode, which is going to be great for younger children and involves playing those cards face up instead of face down. It still makes for a really fun challenge, and for kids, it might be a fantastic opportunity to learn some new skills. You may have noticed that every single game on this list has a serious cute factor, and our final game on the list today is no exception. That game is Calico from Flat Out Games. Adorable kitties looking to snuggle up in the coziest of quilts? Yes, please. The gameplay of Calico is quite the puzzle and has the potential to really make your brain break into a sweat. But the turns themselves are pretty darn simple. Play one of the 2 quilt tiles in your hand, check to see if you've completed a pattern that will draw the attention of one of those cats in the game, and then draw a new tile. It's how all those tiles fit together to achieve the various goals in the game that bring it such rich complexity. For the beauty of the game itself, as well as that fantastic gameplay, this is going to be an amazing date night game, guarantee it. Fortunately, the rulebook also includes a family variant, which involves taking the personal goal tiles and turning those face down. This one simple step sheds so much of that heavy brain work and opens the game up to much younger players. My older daughter was just 5 years old when she first played Calico, and we actually have video evidence of her kicking my butt in the game, which you can check out in the description of this video. Calico, great for kids, great for dates. Do it. So there you have it. 5 games you can play with kids, but also take out for a lovely date night. If you have suggestions that might be a great date night kiddo games, please leave them in the comments of this video. We love to hear them. And until next time, whether you've got little players or big players, make sure that you're playing games that make your thumbs go way up. Bye for now.